Welcome back to the channel JF Coin. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2018 Liberty Quarter, exploring its design, history, rare varieties, errors, and why collectors are paying hundreds of dollars for certain pieces. So before you spend your next quarter, make sure you watch this video till the end, because the coin in your hand might be worth far more than 25 cents. The 2018 Liberty Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a long-running series by the United States Mint that began in 2010. Each year, 5 new designs were released, celebrating national parks and historic sites across America. In 2018, the U.S. Mint released 5 stunning quarter designs honoring Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan, Apostle Islands National Lakeshore in Wisconsin, Voyageurs National Park in Minnesota, Cumberland Island National Seashore in Georgia, and Block Island National Wildlife Refuge in Rhode Island. On the obverse side of every 2018 quarter, you will see the familiar portrait of George Washington. This portrait is based on the original 1932 design by John Flanagan, but it was slightly refreshed in recent years to bring out sharper details. The word Liberty appears proudly above Washington's head. In God We Trust is placed to the left, and the year 2018 is displayed clearly at the bottom. But what truly makes the 2018 Liberty Quarter exciting is not just its design. It is the rare mint errors, special conditions, and high-grade examples that have pushed some of these coins to astonishing market values, including sales reaching around $442. Now let's talk about mint marks. The 2018 quarters were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof coins, which are specially made for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. Additionally, some 2018 quarters were struck in silver-proof versions containing 90% silver, making them even more desirable. While millions of these quarters were produced for circulation, not all coins are created equal. The key factor that determines whether a 2018 Liberty Quarter is worth face value or hundreds of dollars is its condition and rarity. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS67, MS68, or higher is considered extremely high grade and very rare in circulation. These coins have sharp details, no visible wear, and almost no imperfections. When a 2018 quarter is graded MS68 or MS69 by professional grading companies, its value can skyrocket. In recent auctions, certain 2018 quarters in near-perfect condition have sold for prices reaching $442. These are typically high-grade coins with exceptional eye appeal, strong luster, and no major marks. Collectors compete aggressively for top population coins, especially if only a small number exist in that specific grade. Another reason a 2018 Liberty Quarter might be worth serious money is mint errors. Mint errors happen during the production process and can include double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or doubled dies. These errors are rare and highly collectible. A dramatic error combined with a high grade can push the value of a 2018 quarter well into the hundreds of dollars. For example, a 2018 quarter with a significant off-center strike or strong doubling in the lettering could attract strong bidding interest. Collectors love coins that tell a unique story, and mint errors are like fingerprints of the minting process. Silver-proof versions from the San Francisco Mint also carry extra value due to their silver content and limited mintage. While most standard 2018 quarters are made from copper and nickel, the silver proofs contain precious metal. If preserved in perfect proof condition, these coins can command impressive premiums. Now let's discuss why collectors are so passionate about modern quarters like the 2018 Liberty Quarter. Some people believe only old coins are valuable, but modern coins in ultra-high grades are often even rarer than older coins. That is because very few people save brand new coins carefully enough to preserve them in flawless condition. When collectors submit coins to grading services, only a tiny percentage achieve the highest grades. That scarcity drives demand. And when demand increases while supply remains extremely limited, prices rise rapidly. Imagine finding a brilliant 2018 quarter in your change that looks flawless. No scratches, no dullness, sharp edges, bright shine. That coin could be worth much more than you think if professionally graded. To check your 2018 Liberty Quarter, start by examining the mint mark. Look just to the right of Washington's ponytail. If you see a D or S, take note. Then inspect the coin under good lighting. Look for sharp details in Washington's hair and the design on the reverse. Check for unusual features like doubling in the letters or numbers. Also examine the rim to ensure it is complete and well defined. If you suspect your coin is in exceptional condition or has a mint error, consider sending it to a professional grading company. A certified high-grade coin can significantly increase in value compared to a raw, ungraded coin. The story of the Liberty Quarter is more than just money. It represents American history, artistry, and national pride. Each design in the 2018 series captures the natural beauty and cultural heritage of the United States. From the rugged cliffs of pictured rocks to the peaceful wildlife of Block Island, these coins are miniature works of art. And when one of these small pieces of metal reaches a market value of $442, it reminds us that treasure can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. So the next time you receive change at a store, do not ignore those quarters. Take a closer look. That 2018 Liberty Quarter might not just be spare change. It could be a collector's gem waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed learning about the 2018 Liberty Quarter and its surprising value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an opportunity to discover hidden treasures in your pocket. Because in the world of coin collecting, even a single quarter can change everything. Today's market? What if I told you that some of these quarters are turning ordinary people into lucky collectors overnight? Stay with me because today we are diving deep into the fascinating history, hidden value, rare errors, and the shocking market price of the 2000 Liberty Quarter dollar that collectors are desperately searching for right now. The year 2000 was a powerful moment in American history. A new millennium had just begun. Technology was booming, the world was changing, and the United States Mint was in the middle of one of the most successful coin programs ever created, the 50-state quarters program. Millions of Americans began checking their change more carefully than ever before. But among all those quarters released in the year 2000, a few special Liberty Quarter dollars quietly became extremely valuable. First, let's talk about the design. The obverse side of the 2000 quarter features the iconic portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. His profile faces left, strong and dignified, symbolizing leadership and the foundation of American democracy. Above his head you will see the word liberty, a word that carries deep meaning in American history. Below the portrait is the date 2000, marking the beginning of a new era. On the reverse side, depending on the state design, you will find unique artwork representing one of the states released that year, such as Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, or Virginia. But what makes a simple 25-cent coin worth $442? The answer lies in condition, rarity, mint errors, and special varieties. Most 2000 quarters in circulation are only worth face value. However, coins that are in mint state condition, meaning they were never used in circulation and still have their original shine, can be worth significantly more. Collectors grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS67, MS68, or higher can bring serious money at auctions. Now here is where things get exciting. Some 2000 quarters were struck with errors. Mint errors are mistakes that happen during the production process. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong metal. Error coins are extremely attractive to collectors because they are unique and rare. For example, a 2000 quarter with a strong double die error where the lettering or date appears doubled can sell for hundreds of dollars. Some off-center strike quarters from the year 2000 have sold between $300 and $450 depending on how dramatic the error is and the overall condition of the coin. There have even been cases where pristine high-grade quarters graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC reached the $442 range in competitive auctions. Another key factor is the mint mark. The 2000 quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint with an S Mint mark for proof coins. Proof coins were specially made for collectors with sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. A deep cameo proof in perfect PR70 condition can command a very high premium in the market. Let's talk about metal composition. The standard 2000 quarter is made of a copper core with outer layers of copper nickel. However, proof versions were also struck in 90% silver for special collector sets. Those silver-proof quarters automatically carry extra value because of their silver content. In perfect condition, these silver proofs can be worth significantly more than regular circulation coins. Now imagine finding a 2000 silver-proof quarter in flawless condition still sealed in its original government packaging. Depending on grading and market demand, that coin could approach or exceed the $442 mark, especially if it receives a top grade from a professional grading company. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A small scratch, wear on Washington's hair, or dull luster can dramatically reduce value. On the other hand, a coin with blazing luster, crisp details, and no visible marks can skyrocket in price. This is why collectors use magnifying glasses and special lighting to inspect coins carefully. Market demand also plays a huge role. Over the past few years, interest in modern coins has increased rapidly. Social media, online auctions, and YouTube channels have inspired new collectors to search through pocket change. When demand rises and supply of high-grade coins remains limited, prices can jump dramatically. So how can you tell if your 2000 Liberty quarter dollar is valuable? Start by checking the mint mark. Look closely under the word "In God We Trust." Next, examine the coin under bright light. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers. Check if the design is off-center. Inspect the edges for unusual shapes. If the coin looks nearly perfect with no wear and strong shine, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service. Remember, not every 2000 quarter is worth hundreds of dollars. But the rare high-grade examples and dramatic era coins absolutely can reach the $442 level, or even higher in special cases. Auctions sometimes surprise collectors when two bidders compete aggressively for a top-quality piece. The history behind the Liberty inscription adds emotional value as well. Liberty represents freedom, independence, and the spirit of the United States. Owning a rare Liberty quarter is not just about money. It is about holding a small piece of history from the dawn of the new millennium. Many collectors regret spending rare coins because they did not check them carefully. Imagine using a quarter to buy a snack, not realizing it could have been worth hundreds of dollars. That is why knowledge is power in the coin collecting world. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden value of the 2000 Liberty quarter dollar, make sure you start checking your change today. Look through old coin jars, bank rolls, and inherited collections. You never know what treasure could be hiding in plain sight. The coin market continues to evolve. Values can rise based on rarity, condition, grading, and collector demand. Today a special 2000 quarter might be worth $442. Tomorrow, it could be worth even more. Always remember to handle coins carefully by the edges and store them in protective holders. Preservation is key to maintaining value. A well-preserved coin will always attract more serious buyers. The 2000 Liberty quarter dollar is more than just pocket change. It is a symbol of history, a collector's dream, and potentially a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. So the next time you see a quarter dated 2000, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. That small silver-colored coin might just change your financial future, and who knows, the next valuable coin story could be yours. Today we are diving deep into the history, mystery, and real market value of the 1985 P Liberty quarter, and why some of these coins have sold for as much as $442. So don't skip this video, because by the end, you might want to check every quarter in your house. Let's start with the basics. The 1985 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia. The P mint mark appears on the obverse of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. This was actually an important era in U.S. coin history. Before 1980, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark on quarters. But by 1985, the P mint mark had become standard, making it easier to identify where the coin was struck. The design of the 1985 quarter features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the front. This design was originally introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The obverse shows Washington facing left, with the word liberty above his head, the phrase "I in God we trust" to the left, and the date 1985 below. On the reverse side, you see the American bald eagle with wings spread wide, holding arrows and an olive branch. Above the eagle are the words United States of America, and below it the denomination $quarter. This classic design represents strength, freedom, and peace. Now here is where things get interesting. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 774 million quarters. That is a huge number. Because of this high mintage, most 1985 P quarters are only worth face value in circulated condition. But condition is everything in the coin world. If you find a 1985 P quarter in average circulated condition, it is usually worth just 25 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in daily transactions and shows no wear, its value increases significantly. In mint state grades such as MS65, MS66, or higher, the value can jump dramatically. Coins graded MS67 or above are very rare for this year. And that is where we start seeing serious money. One exceptional 1985 P quarter graded at a very high mint state level has sold for around $442 in the collector's market. That is not because the coin is made of silver. The 1985 quarter is actually made of copper and nickel clad over a copper core. It contains no silver, since silver quarters stopped being produced for circulation after 1964. So why would someone pay $442 for a coin that contains no silver and was made in the hundreds of millions? The answer is quality and rarity in high grade. When a coin is struck, tiny imperfections can occur. Scratches, weak strikes, contact marks from other coins, and dull luster all reduce a coin's grade. Finding a 1985 P quarter in near perfect condition with blazing luster, sharp details, and almost no marks is extremely difficult. Collectors compete for the finest known examples, and when two or more serious collectors want the same top-grade coin, auction prices can rise quickly. Another factor that can increase value is errors and varieties. Some 1985 P quarters have been discovered with striking errors such as off-center strikes, double-die varieties, clipped planchets, or even missing clad layers. These error coins can sometimes sell for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the mistake. For example, a dramatic off-center strike where part of the design is missing but the date is still visible can bring strong premiums. Double-die errors, where the design appears slightly double due to a misalignment in the die, are also highly collectible. Now let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 1985 P quarter. First, check the mint mark. Make sure there is a clear P next to Washington's ponytail. Second, examine the condition carefully. Look at the high points of the design, especially Washington's hair and the eagle's chest feathers. If these areas show no flattening or wear, your coin might be uncirculated. Third, check for strong luster. Tilt the coin under a light. A high-grade coin will have a bright, cartwheel shine that moves across the surface. Fourth, look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering and date for doubling. Check the edges for any unusual features. Examine both sides for misalignment or missing metal layers. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. These companies authenticate and grade coins, sealing them in protective holders. A high certified grade can dramatically increase the coin's market value. Now let's talk about the market. The coin market changes over time depending on demand, collector interest, and economic conditions. While most 1985 P quarters remain common, the top-graded examples continue to hold strong value. A coin that once sold for $442 represents the premium collectors are willing to pay for near perfection. It is important to understand that not every 1985 P quarter is worth hundreds of dollars. The vast majority are still worth face value. But the thrill of coin collecting comes from the possibility that hidden gem could be sitting in a jar, a drawer, or even your wallet. This is why so many people love searching through pocket change. Every coin has a story. Every coin carries history. The 1985 p quarter may seem ordinary, but it represents America in the mid-1980s, a time of cultural change, economic growth, and national pride. Coins are more than metal. They are time capsules. So here is your mission after watching this video. Go check your quarters. Look closely at every 1985 p you find. Pay attention to condition. Watch for errors. And if you think you have something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its value instantly. Always keep it in its original condition. If you enjoyed learning about the 1985 p Liberty Quarter and its potential $442 value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We explore rare coins, hidden treasures, and real market values that could change the way you look at your spare change forever. Because the next valuable coin might already be in your hands. And remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises. Today we are diving deep into the history, value, rare details, mint errors, and the real market story behind the 1981 D Washington Liberty Quarter. Stay with me because this coin might completely change the way you look at your spare change forever. The 1981 D quarter was minted in Denver, and the small D mint mark on the reverse side under the eagle tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint. This coin features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. Washington's calm and strong profile has been a symbol of American strength and unity since 1932 when the Washington Quarter Series first began. On the reverse side of the 1981 D quarter, you will see a powerful eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches. This design represents both strength and peace. Above the eagle are the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, while below it you see quarter dollar. It looks like a normal coin. But looks can be very deceiving. Now let's talk about why the 1981 D quarter is so special. In 1981, the United States Mint produced millions of quarters. However, something interesting happened during this time. The minting quality in the early 1980s was not always perfect. Many coins from this period were weakly struck, meaning details in Washington's hair or the eagle's feathers may appear flat or soft. Because of this, fully detailed, high-grade examples are extremely rare. Most 1981 D quarters you find in circulation are only worth face value, just 25 cents. But when we move into higher mint state grades, especially coins graded MS65, MS66, or even MS67 by professional grading services, the value increases dramatically. A perfectly preserved 1981 D quarter with sharp details, strong luster, and no scratches can sell for hundreds of dollars. And here is where it gets exciting. Some certified high-grade 1981 D quarters have sold in the market for around $400 to $450. That $442 price is usually connected to a coin graded at the very top of the condition scale, often MS67 or higher. These coins are extremely difficult to find because most quarters from that era were released into circulation and used heavily. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A small difference in grade can mean a difference of hundreds of dollars. For example, an MS64 coin may only be worth a few dollars, but an MS67 example can jump into the hundreds. The reason is population rarity. There are very few coins surviving in such flawless condition. Now let's talk about mint errors because this is where even more money can be made. Some 1981 D quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchets, or die cracks. Error coins are always attractive to collectors because they are unique and unusual. If you find a 1981 D quarter with a strong visible error, the value can multiply quickly depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. Another important factor is luster. Original mint luster is that shiny cartwheel effect that moves across the surface of the coin when tilted under light. A strong luster combined with sharp strike and no contact marks is what makes collectors willing to pay premium prices. Let's break down the specifications of the 1981 D quarter. It is made of a copper nickel-clad composition. The weight is approximately 5.67 grams. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The edge is reeded with 119 reeds. Understanding these details helps collectors verify authenticity and avoid counterfeits. Speaking of counterfeits, whenever a coin reaches values above $400, fake versions can appear in the market. Always check for proper weight, magnetic properties, and if possible, consider professional grading from services like PCGS or NGC. Certification not only confirms authenticity but also locks in the grade, which protects the value. Now imagine this scenario. You open an old coin jar in your house. You start looking carefully at each quarter. You spot the date 1981 and then you check for the small D-mint mark. Instead of spending it, you inspect it under bright light. The details look sharp. The coin looks almost brand new. Could you be holding a $442 treasure without even realizing it? This is why coin collecting is so exciting. Every coin tells a story. The 1981 D quarter represents a time in American history during the early 1980s, a period of economic challenges, political changes, and technological growth. These coins passed through millions of hands, from grocery stores to gas stations, from banks to vending machines. And somehow, a few survived in nearly perfect condition. The market value of coins changes based on demand, rarity, and condition. Right now, top-grade 1981 D quarters have shown strong auction results. Serious collectors are always looking to complete high-grade sets of Washington quarters, and low-population coins create competitive bidding wars. If you are serious about checking your coins, here are a few tips. Always examine coins under bright white light. Use a magnifying glass to inspect details. Look for scratches, marks, discoloration, and weak strikes. Store valuable coins in protective holders to prevent damage. Never clean your coins because cleaning can destroy their value instantly. Remember, most 1981 D quarters are common. But the rare high-grade survivors are the ones worth big money. The difference between 25 cents and $442 can be just condition. So before you ignore your spare change, take a closer look. That ordinary quarter might not be so ordinary after all. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 D Liberty Quarter and want more hidden coin treasure stories, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications. Because the next valuable coin we talk about could be sitting in your pocket right now. Start checking your change today. Treasure might be closer than you think.